Hello. So I have a very important video around self-esteem and being reliant on yourself. Do you constantly feel stuck around certain people that you cannot get out of that situation without their help? That you are overly dependent on one person or a group of persons to make your life decisions that are very important for you? As human beings, we have a tendency to seek the company and guidance of our elders, the wise, the friends, people who we consider as more experienced, more knowledgeable, and people who can help guide us in the right direction. But what happens when you overly rely on somebody, overly depend on somebody that may lead you the wrong path? When their insecurities become your insecurities, when their projections is suddenly now your entire personality, what do you do then? How do you identify these traits in yourself that is somebody else's trait, somebody else's problems that now are your own because you have lived long enough with this person, or you have lived long enough in the company of this person and now you don't even know yourself? Now, it's one thing to seek the company of the knowledgeable, of the people around you. It's another to completely depend on them, thinking that you lack the skills, the knowledge to move forward in your own life. When you start feeling like you're overly dependent on someone, that's when you should step back and look at where you think that you lack those skills. And how did you even get that idea? I can bet in 90% of the cases, it's somebody else projecting their own lack of knowledge onto you. So this starts with you taking the help of this person, trusting that they have your highest good in their mind. They just want to help. And then over time, you start giving up control. Instead of solving your own problems, you start overly relying on this person to solve your problems. And that's when you actually give the autonomy of your life in somebody else's hands. That's when they can take advantage. That's when they will lead you astray if they have malicious, mindset. It will start from them giving you help to them now criticizing you for not knowing anything. Examples: you do not even know how to open that bank account. Let me help you with that. Before you have even started the process, they'll come and help you. They'll come and barge in. You don't even know how to take care of this task. Let me do it for you. Let me show you how to do it. And then they will be overly critical of these things. See, you couldn't even help yourself in that situation. I came up and helped. I'm the one that has the knowledge. You couldn't even solve that problem. See the benefits of having me around you? See, I'm such a knowledgeable person. And then down the line, when you have give up control and overly trusted this person, you start losing yourself and self-esteem. When you start overly trusting the wrong person, you have now give up control of your own life into their hands. And now they have the power to put as many doubts in your head as they can. Mostly people like that will put up their own insecurities onto the other person. For example, if they really like the way you look, they will now start poking at your looks. Why do you have your hair like that? Why are you dressed like that? Why do you do your makeup like that? Anything around your appearance to make you feel less than them because they are feeling like that within. You cannot even make a good financial decision. Let me make it for you. I'll give you a good advice because it's okay. I can help you. It's okay. I'm your biggest friend. I'll help you. You know what? That's not how it's done. I'll teach you. It's okay. It's really simple, but I'll teach it to you. Simple things like that. They'll start acting like you lack the knowledge, wherein the truth is that this is a really easy Google worthy question that you can easily like find out yourself. But you have now overly relied and trusted this person, and you in your head have started believing that they know better than you do. So now you just go with whatever they say. This person may not even know the right answers. They just want to look bigger and better than you. So you might really be jeopardizing your own future by putting it in this person's hand. If the decision is big enough, you might be ruining your chances of actually doing something good with your own decisions than relying on this person, if you know what I mean. Now, slowly you'll start becoming an insecure version, an actual version that they are has now become you. That's your personality. Suddenly you don't know how to talk. Suddenly you don't know how to make financial decisions. Suddenly you lack knowledge to prosper in your career. Suddenly you don't have any friends. Suddenly you do not perform well in front of an audience. You have to, I have an exercise for you. Go back to your childhood, write down all the achievements that you have ever had, write down all the compliments that you have ever received, write down all the things that people ever complimented you on. Did I already say that? Write down all the nice things about you that your teachers have said, that your friends have said. This is the first homework. The second one, notice how you function around certain groups of people, certain places like a classroom, maybe your office, and then how you behave at home or how you behave at in this group. Do you have a consistent behavior in all these places, or is it switching from one place to the other? Are you more insecure in a certain group of people or around a certain person, or are you not good with a certain skill around all spheres of your life? Just do that little experiment. See if it's consistent. If it's not, then it's been put into your head by this certain insecure person. This is the problem with having insecure and nonsense people around you. They will put all their doubts and projections into your head, and now you are the embodiment of their insecurity. If you remain long enough in this person's or if in these people's company, you become their insecurities. And that's when you should focus on solitude. You should focus on knowing yourself, being overly aware of who you are, not overly aware, like being constantly aware of how you function, who you are, and questioning somebody's advice, questioning somebody's intentions towards you. This is not a bad thing. You are not being untrustworthy friend or partner. You are just confirming what they have just said. So you have to start questioning people who you overly rely on, who you overly trust. Say if this person says that you cannot perform a certain bank action without their help, try doing it yourself. Try Googling about it. Call the bank. Why are you not calling the bank? Why are you relying on this person? So you have to start. So in the beginning, these things will be really scary to you because this person has already put that doubt in your head that you cannot do it. So it will be really scary. You'll be scared to call the bank. You'll be scared to make financial decisions. You'll be scared to take your life decisions that you should be taking on your own. You are just dependent. You think you cannot make it on your own. Now, in the beginning, you will be disappointed in yourself because you're calling the bank with the mindset that you will make a mistake. Because this person has now projected that whatever you do, you make mistakes. So you'll be constantly disheartened the first few times. But go with the mindset that you know everything. And if you don't, you can ask the person in the bank and they will be able to answer it. If you don't understand, you can ask again. If you still don't understand, you can Google it. So you have your options open. You're not a miserable person, and that you can solve your problems on your own. Have this mindset around any area of your life where you feel insecure. Okay, and that's how you start reversing this process. Now, I want you to write down all the things that you think you cannot do, be it public speaking, having a meeting. Just write down things that you think you cannot do, and then one by one, do it. I used to be a person who hated calling. I would always prefer email or texting over calling. And then there came a time in my life where I had to make multiple calls because it was a case of emergency. The first few times I was like really hesitant and scared, and I had so much anxiety about calling, and it was just a basic call to a bunch of hospitals. So I wrote down what I need to speak, and I just said whatever I had to say. And when you do it a few times, you get a hang of it. And then you realize all you're making is a silly conversation. It's not much. It's not daunting anymore. So you have to start these seemingly daunting tasks slowly and be easy on yourself. Know that anything that you begin takes time. If I start playing piano, wow, I couldn't even think of the word piano. If I start playing piano today, I will suck at it. But if I really like it, if I really want to learn it, I have to start somewhere. If I want to be in a certain career, I have to suck at it in the beginning. And if somebody comes and pokes at that insecurity, you know what, you can't, you should just give up this career, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you should maybe take up something easier. Don't listen to that person. If you want to do it, start it. And you are going to suck at it in the beginning. And it's okay to suck at it. Just look at my first few YouTube videos. Terrible, terrible vocabulary. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm not used to speaking on the camera. I'm not used to anything, but I still took it up because I wanted to do it. So you will suck at these tasks in the beginning. You will be disheartened and you may tend to believe what the person said, but challenge yourself. Do not start just believing this nonsense that this person has put into your head, that you cannot dress up well, that you have a this quirky habit of yours that everybody will hate. You may be really liked by somebody for that quirky habit. Heck, somebody may love you for that quirky habit. You know, quirky habits, peculiar things about us makes us us. That's what makes us a different, unique human being. If you start dressing up like somebody, if you start doing your makeup like somebody else, you will become one of the Kardashians. But you will look at the industry. Just look at the Hollywood and Bollywood industry. They're all looking like the same person. There is no difference in people's faces or bodies anymore. It's just the same. Everybody has the same outfit, same makeup, same hair, everything. Nobody has the individuality anymore because they have been following a stupid certain trend. You have to follow what you believe in yourself. You have to be yourself shamelessly and not care what anyone thinks. That's when you attract the right crowd. And anyone that does not like what you do, that you like doing, just cut this person off. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. And as much as possible, prioritize being alone. Get used to, get comfortable being alone. Don't constantly seek company. Bad companies build bad characters, and you wouldn't know it unless you are self aware. And you will be self aware when you remain alone, when you figure out your own doubts, your fears, when you tackle it alone, not being dependent on somebody, not being constantly bombarded by somebody's opinions, your parents, your siblings, your family. it's the same thing. Your friends, you know, your teachers, your professors, not being bombarded by that opinion, being completely reliant on yourself, and focus on the good things only for now, especially when you're tackling this issue of insecurity, issue of the thing you feel insecure about. Focus only on the positive. Have a positive mindset. You will be going through a few disappointments. That's okay. That's okay. Anyone that is encouraging around that topic, that's the kind of person you should keep around. The rest of them, yeah, goodbye for now. And anyone that's overly critical, that just mocks you, makes fun of you, especially when you're down. If somebody is kicking at your face when you're down, cut this person off without mercy. I cannot stand people who stab at somebody when they're down. Imagine somebody lost their job, and the next thing the other person is doing, just laughing at them. You know what? You must have done something terrible. You must be really bad at your job. That's why you lost it, and not the market. Look at the market around. We're losing jobs because companies are obviously focusing on profits more than people. Governments are obviously focusing on politics more than people. That's why people losing their lives, their status, their livelihood, their money. And if the friends and family around you are mocking that, poking at your sadness, they're not family or friend. And you should just throw them out of your life without mercy. Have people that encourage you, that pray for you, that guide you in the right direction, that are there to support you. You will know this when you feel like good around somebody, when you want to hang out with them, when your mind is constantly telling you not to hang out around somebody, when you constantly feel unease, not confident, always in a state of anxiety. Yeah, not good. The person is not good. And you may not find the encouragement in your immediate family or friends. You may find the encouragement in strangers, people outside. That's why it's also important to go outside. Don't just be isolated. Don't just remain isolated with people who are giving you the insecurity. You have to go out, experience the world, know that a better world exists, be in touch with the outside world, because the world at large is good. We are all going through the same problem. We can all sympathize with each other. We can all be kind to each other. Okay. I hope that made sense. Just looking at the list, if I covered everything. Yeah, that's the exercise. Write down all your insecurities, write down all the things that you think you suck at, and that one by one, tackle it. You can do it. I have done it. I keep doing it on a daily basis. I keep challenging myself. And I can bet I am a different person than I was yesterday. An year ago, I was a completely different person. Now I'm a completely different person. Okay. And you can do it too. And you're constantly improving. And you constantly are taking leaps towards a better future. I believe in you. If nobody does, I believe in you. And God is with you. All right. We will make out of any problem that we're going through together. And yeah, hopefully this video made sense. I'll talk to you again. Bye bye.